entrepreneurship. At what point? The earlier the better. So designing a plan that focuses as much of the money you earn from every sources towards growth is the solution. Personal plan. I don't want to shame you, but I want to say this so that to avoid shaming people by asking you, show me by hand, those of us who have plans, those who don't. We are adults. That sometimes comes in as very hard, but I would have preferred that kind of show. If you are here in this room, between that wall and this one, and listening to me, and you don't have a hidden life plan, you don't know where you're going. And so your money doesn't know where to go. It's going somewhere. Hello? Have I said something? Yes. And you aren't annoyed? Okay. I'll tell you no guessing. You are here between that wall and this one. You are listening to me. You have no plan, you've made money, and you've lost it. Now you know why. Hello? Are you hearing me? Because you had money, but there was no real place to take it. And money is an economic asset. Money and land and human capital are economic what? Assets. If you don't add ideas to them, they remain the same. Hello? You take $1 million bob and put in the bank, the best you'll get is inflation coverage. Nothing else. You take $1 million bob and put in Nyumba ya Mabati, it will produce 10,000 bob per month more than the bank. That Mabati house has changed the value of $1 million bob. Am I saying something? You take 1 million bob and put into a serious and proposed by an idea, and 5 years down the lane, you are not discussing money. So money, land, trees, whatever it is that you call economic capital is just that. Buying land and hoping that it will grow is only an aspect of demand. If the demand doesn't come, it doesn't do what? Change. So it's the idea you add to land. You may buy land somewhere very ugly in the Rift Valley right now, very far away from Nairobi. But if you put an idea in that land, you will attract human beings and their money where? That place. So if any one of us has a life that is producing money and they have no plan to take it, then this journey is a journey you take by sleeping and waking up, and arising to your emotions. Now God was very kind at birth. He gave us 3 things: emotions, at the same level with the will to make choices, at the same level the power to think. Your parents are the first influence to design for you one of those 3 that will become major in your life. If you have parents who are more organized, you tend to be more what? If you have these parents who are just there, you also go just there. And don't ask me how it happened, because I can't answer that in this room. So what I'm saying is this: as we are living this path, the only way we challenge hard times is by the plans we designed. I have worked with people who are bankrupt in this economy. Some have come back to their feet. Some I met in the bank as a bank manager. Some I have met in the course of my life by every means. And when you look back to these people's lives, money came when they had no plans for it. And that money sure got some use. The brain is designed to keep all the desires in your heart active and only release them when the right environment comes. So you have money and you have nothing to do, the next item does what? Shoot. And I can tell you, don't be shocked if you find yourself boarding a plane to go and find out a place called Venezuela, just to find out how it looks like. And then you come and say, I was in Venezuela, it's a great place. Did you buy an island there? No, I just saw it. If you went to Venezuela to buy an island, then you are my friend. Get me? Because you had a plan one day to buy what? The journey to Venezuela was informed by the desire to make true the island purchase. Am I saying something? So let's move very quickly. I don't have many slides. I only have one I must talk about. That is a story around the pictures you've seen. Life is what? A series of what? Steps and what? Experiences. And each introduces a whole new what? Experience. Difficulties are easier for people who have accustomed their minds to thinking than it is to those who have not. People who have used their mind to escape situations find difficulties easier to go through than the people who have not. Now, I don't want to discuss the medical scenario, but the brain has a way of expanding and getting better. Get your doctor to explain to you how. In the last part says what? A coping mechanism is what? Essential, especially when things turn tough. Now, your life plan translated into your financial plan, as in the financial objects of measurement that you want to see out of your life. Is this coping what? Mechanism. Just one more slide there, down there. Keep going. Keep going down there, keep going down. That one. When we finish that, there's no more discussion. I go home. Look at number 4. Number 4. Can you see number 4? That's the minimum age that I would be expecting around this room. And look at number 9. Can you see that? Inside the box, what do you have there? Quit what? To go where? Now in Kenya with 4%, 4.07% household savings, when you quit, where do you go? To another job. Hello? Research in this economy has shown that half of the people who retire go back to look for what? For work. The other half depend on someone or something somewhere. A very small percent, less than 11%, are financially free. Now, it's because we walk this journey by the sun arising and setting, without a path that you're following. Now, I don't want to put the place of financial plan as that method. It's the life plan. A financial plan is nothing other than putting numbers around your life what? Life plan. When I turn 35, I want to own a home of this size. Then you begin to do things that make it financially possible to own that house. You begin to allocate a portion of your income to investment, to double the sources of your income at 25. Isn't it? You are earning 50K, and then you put like a 10,000, and borrow some money from the bank and buy an investment. A small room in Rongai, add it to you. So the small room is producing 18,000 and you're producing 50. How many people are producing? 2. By the end of the 5 years, this small room in Rongai is now 9 million, and you can turn it around and do a bigger thing and double the income to 1836, and you are now at 100. Are you getting me? Then the 36, and another one, and another one, and another one, and they are small ones. So many small ones bring one big one. And you are also growing big. By the time you arrive at 43, 49, that kind of a person is in a different world. Financially different, because they designed their path at 25. By a desire to be, they decided from this box, I shall become flat. And I shall do ABCD. By that very action, certain invitations that require to spend money, like how much fun you have with it, will reduce. You will have fun, but not too much. You will have this, but not what? Too much. Because that excess cash is no longer available. Am I saying something? Regardless of the age where you are, just decide what you want to do differently in the next 2 boxes ahead of you, and you will see them. As long as you are willing to undertake a behavior change that has got a significant impact on the amount of money that you leave at the end of the day, and eventually transition into an investment. I don't want to discuss which investments, but I want us to accept that if there is no money to invest, you will not grow through borrowing. You leverage, and leverage is adding borrowed money to your little capital, isn't it? To do more. And there has to be a plan. Sometime when I was very young in 2004, I wasn't very, very young, but I was young. I met a Kenyan civil servant next year, Koinange Street, came to me as a banker, just joined housing finance. They asked me whether he could borrow some money out of the mortgage he had already borrowed, and he had some 4 million room. I told him, that's what we do here, it's called the equity release. The only difference with that money is that it comes from Kiambu. That's the only difference. Took the money, went to Ruai and bought 5 acres of land, subdivided and did what? Sold. By just splitting, made some profit. Did round 2, and he was buying from desperate people. People who are desperately selling something because they want to do something. People who had no plan. Get me? 3 rounds, and he was able to build a block in Githurai. One room, not a single room there. 3 levels. Very ugly. Still they are standing to it. No, there you just put blocks, look like Akuna Pesa. He did it. Rent is coming from that building today. As I speak to you, he has finished the 3rd one, and the income from those property alone is in excess of 1,240,000 per month. A noble idea with clarity. And then you put money and persist in there. You know where you are going. Am I saying something? So it's not about how much we have in the pocket, but more of how much here we combine with what? What is this? And deal with the emotions in the process. I can assure you, because I have seen this guy, as late as 3 years ago, he was still driving the Honda Vitara he had that time more than 7 years later. An average person here, the car has changed. An average person, the first change what? The car, the home, the what, where you eat, where you shop. You are now shopping in style. You can feel it. Even the air you breathe is different. If you have those weaknesses that are part of the emotion, it is really difficult to put money to work. Really difficult. You are the kind of guys who goes for deal number 1, make money. Deal number 2, lose all of it. Deal number 3, make again. Deal number 4, lose double. So you are back in the bank and out, and nothing is removed. Fellow Kenyans, I have a history. I am not here as a mistake. I am here because I have walked some path. I grew up in a family where money was very scarce, but I won't discuss that one here. I want to tell you that it is possible. It is what? It's not the pastors who say it. The pastor say, bila kuambia formula. Formula ni hivi. Amua na ufanye. When you see a building and you love it, declare I want it. Isn't it? That's okay. That is just words. But you will, and by saying this one I want to buy when I'm 50 years, you have put a commitment to yourself. And then you ask now, how do I buy the first block? Make sense? The first what? Okay, let me simplify it. A typical 3-bedroom house, about 2,000 square feet, will take between 3,000 and 4,000 blocks. A block of 90 by something. Altogether? And a typical block is about 50 to 60 bob. On the lower side, on the higher quality, 90 bob. Isn't it? So you can multiply 90 by 3,000 bob and find the exact price of that house. True or false? And then, on a daily basis, you simply ask, how do I buy one block without having to forego many things? On a daily basis. From the time you woke up in the morning to this time, if you do the math of the amount of money you have wasted, you can't believe it. Left the door, you opened your tap in the morning when you woke up to wash your face and brush your teeth, you wasted more than 2 liters of water. You opened the tap, brushed your teeth, what was running throughout, isn't it? And your son came and repeated, and daughter repeated. How many of you did that? Father do, sister and daughter do what? Follow. Lights are still on in parts of your house. The bulbs you have are the most expensive in the market in terms of energy consumption. And they are much better bulbs that can use energy. By just changing bulbs in your house, you will reduce your cost by 800 per month. Go and try and come back and ask me. Hello? You leave the door, you leave late as usual. You are paying big fares. Somebody else do what? Is earning. And you're complaining about the block you can't buy. The 90 bob you need is in the 200 you wasted. And I'm not asking you to bring back the entire 200. At least bring back one block. And nowadays, kuna M-Shwari. 90 bob to M-Shwari every day? Every day. So there's no more excuse, oh, I can't save 90 in a bank, M-Shwari it. Make sense? Then check at the end of the week, how many blocks do I have? How long do I have to do this before they are lorry? When they fika lorry, Kisaidia, Ama, Narogo, and come back with what? You are lorry. Hopefully you have a plot. Do what? Motivation goes there. You now look for an architect to confirm whether that plot, that drawing was still right, and the QS, are those numbers still what? Right. But when we are here living in hope with no plan, making this journey like a journey, we won't go anywhere. There has to be a time for living lean. There has to be a time for being in plenty. The trick is in taking money into a system, add an idea to it, multiply it. And then whatever comes in, some of it put in safe investments. Safe investments do not collapse. A plot somewhere that you own that is standing where Kamabati, mwanaume aingie, akapatia rental tatu. Hiyo ni pesa. 2.5 years ago, a friend of mine came to me when he had been retrenched, had a plot along Outline, which he wanted to sell down. In my unkind, uncultured way, I told him, you're stupid. You can't sell this plot. Of course, it's a friend, so we talk at that level of Matusi. Where I come from, I said the difference between Matusi and Tuthi what? It's very narrow, very thin. I asked the guy, I have seen people who have done Mabati, not me. I have seen what? Who have done Mabatis. And if you put a Mabati house here in this place, you will definitely get good tenants. And he did that, so they lost money. He is earning 20,000 or more than he was being paid in the employment. Are you getting me? From what? What was the issue? Why was the plot vacant for 8 years? Attitude. A banker owning Mabati. It's in Matusi. Now I had to abuse him, stop being abused. Are you getting me? A lot of us here have assets that we only need to convert from one from what? To another. And be realistic. If you have a plan, you feel the fire to achieve it. If you don't have a plan, be just there. Are you getting me? Kama hauna plan, you will walk out in the morning, go to work and come back in the evening. And the difference between your face of morning and evening, the attitude too. But this phase can change permanently over a 5-year program with very little stepped investment. The word is what? Stepped. And then you persevere in there. Difficult times come to everyone. And they come at the same time. Those who pass through difficult times as if it doesn't exist are those who invested in some idea or in some real assets. Those days, knowing that in future it will produce what I want. If you have never done one before, leo ni siku ya mwaka, sivyo? Amua leo. And I asked my audience, sadaka yako sio kwangu, sadaka yako ni kwa? Take 100 bob from your pocket right now. Toa tu pole pole, weke kando. Kama iko huku, toa weka wapi? Huku. Separate it from the other money and tell yourself this 100 bob is the beginning. And from now on, 100 bob will leave this place and go where? This way. Before it ends up somewhere else. And if you do that disciplined way for a while, before you go electronic, you will be home. Control yourself and you will stop yourself from handling your money. Because financial management is really behavior management at a personal level. At a business level, of course, we do have accounting rules that tell us don't do this, don't do this. And some people here, I can't point fingers at, I wish I knew to point fingers at, cannot hire an accountant and keep. Because the accountant will say, sorry boss, we can't spend money on that. And then they'll fire him because he's trying to tell you who's the boss, isn't it? Accountants are taught accounting, not social accounting. His job is to remind you that, sorry boss, this expenditure is outside, it's ultra bias, isn't it? Please listen to the accountant and ask him, now what do we do? He will give you solutions. When you see me heading this side, my time is up. Just push one more slide as I go away. I will not talk about it. See for yourself. Those of us who are in this room who pay themselves through their energy, self-employment and employment, that path is unavoidable. At one point, the graph will go up or go where? And is usually in the middle of your life. I want to ask you, if you are young enough to be in this age, to think such that your actions, when you arrive here, you don't need the reliance of the pacemaker that is depleting, going down, to be a reason why you are also joining the long list of those who failed in life financially. What I'm saying is, investment must be part of your life. Whether you're only going to buy shares worth 1,000 every month, let the shares worth 1,000 every month. Do what? With a long-term plan. So what you do is to go to your broker and ask him to show you which shares in this brokerage of yours today are long-term, which ones are growth, which ones are growing companies, which ones are growth, which ones are what? And buy any of those and keep refreshing. And your 1,000 bob will one day be several. I bought NBK when I was 24 years at 1 shilling 47 cents, just because didn't allow God. And whenever he bought, I bought. Whenever he bought, I bought. Don't ask me how much it's worth. Amen.
Thank you so much, Mr. Omeyo, for that very inspiring talk and encouragement. Please let's give him another round of applause. You know, you talk to us like a pastor, and some of us were getting inspired. Issues of personal financial management, thank you for that. Of course, you reminded us of the fact that financial management is about behavior management, that we need to stop wondering, we need to start thinking for ourselves. Yes, that the earlier in life that we get